Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan, dearest Swami and dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this 5th episode of the memorable journey to Hadshi and Mumbai along with Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, our dear Swami. This visit spanned from the 28th of October to the 2nd of November, and in the previous episode, the 4th episode, we saw the grand Panduranga Kshetra getting inaugurated, the Ganesha temple, the Shirdi Baba temple, and of course the Vithala and Rakumai temple. We saw how Swami blessed the Jadhav family, and we also witnessed a very unique and special session on the balcony of Swami's own residence at Hadshi. Those who have not seen it so far, I would recommend that you see the first few parts before continuing with this. The first part is at this link above. The previous part, the 4th part, is at this link above. So now let's proceed to what happened after we were all blessed with that beautiful session on the balcony. We were all to go to the guest house area where the magnificent swimming pool was, because snacks had been arranged for us, and as suggested by brother Satyajit, all of us went walking whereas Swami came in the car. It was a sheer delight for the photographer and videographer at the guest house, because the swimming pool water was so placid and calm, and it was very reflective. Somehow everyone and everything in God's presence becomes reflective. We become contemplative, the waters become reflective, and it is beauty. It is beauty all around. The photographs, you can see for yourself how beautiful it looks with Swami's reflection in the waters. As Swami alighted from the car and he was wheeled to the balcony, a massive balcony 5 meters wide and 50 meters long. As Swami was wheeled there, it was definitely a delight. The atmosphere was calm, peaceful. It appears as if in God's presence all the elements become calm. The wind is calm, the water is calm, air is calm, the fires are calm, the space is calm. Maybe that's why we also become calm in the divine presence. After all, our body is also made up of the 5 elements, and once all the 5 elements become calm under the influence of the master of the elements, naturally we also become calm. So Swami came to the balcony and some snacks were served to him. Swami ensured that all the boys were there. This is so beautiful and touching, and again we see this, Swami is the first person who is always keen on knowing whether all the students have come. Though he is a guest here, he is always a host for his children. It is so beautiful. So all the students had come and all the others also gathered. Then Swami, had a word of praise for all the youth from Mumbai who had come to serve. He said, see, they are only serving us even at the residence there. They come running and serve us here. How eager and keen they are doing their service. Such perfect service. Indeed, a great blessing, I feel, for all the youth of Maharashtra and Goa, especially the Mumbai youth, who won this accolade from Swami. When God tells that your service is perfect, you need nothing else. It is done. All that needs to be achieved for this life is done if our service pleases the Lord. Like the squirrel that pleased Lord Rama, like that, all these youth pleased Swami, and we were all having snacks, and I was, excited, because Swami, with the background of this beautiful nature, the hills at the distance and the valley nearby with a lake, it was so beautiful. I was just going on a clicking spree. I was hoping that I could get Swami alone with this backdrop, without anybody else. But then that was not possible. Swami was making some sweet enquiries from the Jadhav brother. He was asking him what each hill stood for, whether there is boating happening in the lake there. All of this was going on. Suddenly Swami saw me and he saw that I wasn't eating food and I was there. Swami asked, what do you want? Then I said, Swami, I have come to take the picture of the entire universe here, because here we have Prakriti, which is nature, and here we have the Purusha, the Paramatma. Prakriti and Paramatma, that is the entire creation, and I am getting Prakriti and Paramatma in one frame. Abba, Swami half mockingly, half appreciatively said that, and it was so sweet. I still close my eyes and cherish his Abba, the way he said it. He was pleased and I was very happy. In fact, I would use this dialogue 2 more times within this trip itself, because I felt, hey, Swami liked this dialogue. Prakriti and Paramatma, Prakriti and Paramatma. So we all had snacks, and after the snacks we got to know that in a hall that was adjacent to the swimming pool, all the family members, extended family members of the Jadhav family, not just the main trunk, the branches, sub-branches, leaves, fruits, flowers, seeds, everyone, all had gathered there for a Pada Pooja session. Now they had requested Swami for a Pada Pooja session. I felt very thrilled, because all the students were standing at the entrance of the hall, whereas because Sai Prakash and myself, we were the photographer and videographer, we went in, and I realized that we would get to see a Pada Pooja from up close. We had heard of the Pada Pooja in the Patamandiram days, where devotees would sit first and clean Swami's feet and then offer worship to it with flowers, leaves and fruits and chandan and kumkum, and we had only heard about it. To see it would be a great blessing, so we were very excited. It was a sight for the gods, dear brothers and sisters, and I'm grateful to Swami. You can have the same sight with these photographs here, because even through photographs we travel back to that moment and we become one with that moment. The worship was done. First they cleaned Swami's feet with scented water, then they applied kumkum and chandan, sandalwood paste, turmeric. They also put the sindoor. After that, they worshipped with rose petals, rose flowers and actual gold flowers. I felt so happy seeing the divine lotus feet filled with rose and gold. You can also feel that joy, right? Looking at these pictures. All the family members, starting with the parents of the Jadhav brothers, they did this Pada Pooja, and Swami was extremely gracious, allowing everyone to do this Pada Pooja. Pada Pooja or Padasevanam comes as one among the 9 different forms of devotion that we can express. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnusmaranam, Padasevanam, the 4th method. However, Swami tells us that the greatest form of Padaseva, the greatest form of worshipping the feet of the Lord, is to follow in the footsteps of the Lord. That is what Swami has said multiple times, that if you want to do true Padaseva to the Lord, walk by His side in His footsteps. Swami tells, don't walk ahead of me, I will not follow you. Don't walk behind me, you may not be able to follow me. Walk by my side, be my friend, walk footstep in footstep with the Lord. Walking in the footsteps that the Lord has walked, that is Padasevanam. That is why Swami changed my life is my message to your life is my message, because we also need to walk in His footsteps. Then alone we will be doing true Pada Puja and true Padasevanam. I know it is a beautiful delight to be able to actually physically worship His lotus feet. Even seeing these pictures gives us great delight. But these pictures and this concept of Padasevanam should always remind us of what we always need to do. Follow in His footsteps. What comes to mind when I speak about Pada Puja at Panduranga Kshetra is a Pada Puja in the original Panduranga Kshetra, if I may call it that way, which is Pandharpur. Pandharpur is the place where we have Panduranga Vithala and Rakumai. The idols there, black in color, if you observe them, their feet have got eroded. And the Archaeological Survey of India has come up with this revelation, and they have also suggested measures with which these idols, the statues and their feet can be protected. But you know, the reason that the feet have got eroded is because millions and millions of devotees for billions and billions of times have offered their salutations and Pada Pooja to the feet of these idols. And the continuous Pada Pooja has eroded the feet of the idols. I also remember multiple occasions when Swami would go and give Pad Namaskar to the Sevadal or the volunteers who had served him so diligently and with all love. So Swami would make these Sevadal volunteers sit in rows and walk amidst them. And as he walked, everybody could take Pad Namaskar, and people in their enthusiasm, in their devotion, in their frenzy would just dive at his feet. At least on a couple of occasions. On one occasion I have seen, and on many occasions I have heard from senior members, administrators, our teachers, how Swami would come and raise his robe. And when Swami raises his robe, you will see a lot of cuts, you will see blood marks, and you will see scratches on his tender lotus feet. Because the devotees in their eagerness, they just dive. Not that they want to hurt their Swami, but they are so eager to grab those precious lotus feet that sometimes they cause harm to the feet itself in a physical sense. Just like the feet of Vithala and Rakumai have got eroded. But then Vithala doesn't mind, Sai doesn't mind, because Swami has used his body, dear brothers and sisters, like this lamp over here. He has burnt away his body to give light to all, and in the end the body is gone, no problem. So he did not bother, though there would be scratches and many devotees would say, Swami, enough, don't give Pad Namaskar like this. Swami would continue to give. The only reason he stopped Pad Namaskar many years later was because he wanted everyone to realize that those feet are installed in the heart. Stop seeking the Lord outside in some geographical location, in some temple, in some other place. No, find the Lord in your heart, and that is the reason he stopped Pad Namaskar. But otherwise, irrespective of what happened to his feet, he would give. He would walk barefoot on roads, get blisters on his feet. Because all that matters for him is the devotee. Even as this Pada Pooja was getting complete and Swami blessed all the family members, Swami looked at us and said, go and start bhajans. So we implicitly obeyed and we rushed down from the residence area to the main grounds area. Once again, huge crowds had gathered, the whole area was packed, and we went and sat in the upper portico of the newly inaugurated temple. That would be the place, or that would be the venue for the evening's program. So we started bhajans, and soon 5-10 minutes later Swami arrived. He came up in the lift and he also sat on the stage there, the courtyard of the temple, at a height so that all the devotees could enjoy darshan. That evening there was supposed to be a few talks, and to our great delight, Swami consented to even deliver a divine discourse. The first person to speak was Mr. Shivaji Rao Jadhav, and he relived the day's magical moments of inauguration, and it was wonderful because a large part of the audience had not got the opportunity to witness it firsthand. So hearing Mr. Shivaji Rao Jadhav describe in chaste Marathi, the language of the land, was a delight for all of them, and they applauded him. After him, the then All India President of the Sri Sathya Sai organizations, Mr. V. Srinivasan, delivered a talk in Hindi, which was also appreciated. Even as he was delivering this, something interesting happened near Swami. When Mr. Shivaji Rao Jadhav had to give a talk, he offered a rose to Swami. Swami was holding this rose in his hand for a while, and then he just dropped it to the floor. I was sitting on the steps in front with my camera, and I was trying to catch the attention of the security guard who was sitting beside Swami. I managed to do it, and I told him, pick up that rose. It fell from Swami's hand. Oh, he was thrilled. He picked it and kept it in his pocket, and he felt so happy. And I felt happy to have been an instrument in conferring this grace of God onto the person. And I was praying, Swami, all my life let me do this. Let me be paying attention only to you, and let me use any chance that I can get to share your blessings with whoever is there. And Swami gave a chance immediately, because afterwards when the All India President was speaking, he too had offered a rose. Again, Swami was holding it in his hand for some time, and then again he dropped it to the floor. Now, I was trying to attract the attention of the other security guards, because on either side of Swami there would be one security guard. I was trying to attract his attention to tell him that, hey, you pick up that rose. Before he could see me, Swami saw me. And I quickly folded my hand, because it's not nice that when a talk is going on, I am trying to do something else. But Swami just smiled and said, let it be, let it be. And in my mind, I thought, Swami, you're telling let it be, but that rose is very precious. I will wait till the end of this session. If that security guard doesn't pick up, I am going to go and pick it up. And even as I thought that, the security guard looks at me, and with my eyes I indicated to the rose and told him pick it up. He too picked it up and pocketed it, and I felt very happy. And I thanked Swami for this little chance, little interaction. Dear brothers and sisters, sometimes you may feel that what are these little things that I am describing? These little things mean a world to me, dear brothers and sisters. With one glance in the eye, Swami has the ability to make you feel like the only one in the whole universe. It's so beautiful, and that is the power of divinity. So the All India President finished his speech, and even as he was nearing the end, Swami looked a little bit anxious. He was looking around searching for Mr. Nishikant Barodekar, the tabla teacher who had accompanied us, right? And if you remember, he was the one who had been selected to deliver a speech in Marathi. So Swami was looking at him and asking, you're prepared, right? You're well prepared? Again, this was such a touching thing to see, Others are speaking, it's okay, but Swami gives that feeling, my children, you're ready, right? However, it was like, however big Swami is for the universe, he is the Supreme Lord, but for us, he is our dear Swami. Oh, Swami. And Nishikant sir also, from his side, he was assuring Swami, don't worry, Swami, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. And dear brothers and sisters, what a speech it was that he delivered. Beautiful speech, beautiful content. I shall try to narrate it in brief. He spoke majorly about his grandmother, Hirabai Barodekar, Mrs. Hirabai Barodekar. She was born in 1905. Sometime in 1912, when she was traveling in the train along with Nishikant sir's great-grandparents, that is her parents, she was very sick and ill. She had been diagnosed with typhoid, and she was in a very, very bad condition. So terrible was her condition that her parents got down at a station called Kopargaon, and they heard about a miracle worker in Shirdi. So they went and they actually had darshan of Shirdi Baba. So Nishikant Barodekar's grandmother, who was just 7 years of age and suffering, and his great-grandparents had Shirdi Baba's darshan, and needless to say, after Shirdi Baba gave her Udi and blessed her, she became fine. Her ailment was cured, and that was a miracle that she experienced of Baba early in her life. After that, for several decades, she had no touch in the physical sense with Baba. In those same decades, she became a very well-renowned, well-established and an excellent Hindustani classical singer. You can even search for her name in any search engine. Mrs. Hirabai Barodekar. She has a Wikipedia page of her own, and you can see her excellent accomplishments. But the greatest accomplishment of her life was, according to her, she coming in touch with Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our Swami. And that is what Nishikant sir narrated that day. In 1965, her 60th birthday, a grand gala celebration had been planned, and by her disciples, by her fans, her followers, everyone had planned it. That was the time when she got a call from Swami.
हिराबाई पुण्यातल्या होत्या म्हणून खास करके मी एक गोष्ट सांगतोय. पु ल देशपांडे आणि मोठे मोठे आर्टिस्ट लोक, इंदिरा गांधी यांच्या हस्ते त्यांचा 60वा वाढदिवसाचा सोहळा आणि त्यांचा सत्कार होणार होता. तर एक दिवस आधीच मुंबईवरनं एक मेसेज येतो, संदेश येतो की भगवान श्री सत्यसाई बाबा मुंबईला आलेले आहेत आणि त्यांना हिराबाईंचं गाणं त्याच दिवशी त्याच वेळेला ऐकायचं आहे.
And in 1965, she took the best decision of her life. On her birthday, she travelled to Swami. Dear brothers and sisters, the greatest in our life is Swami. And whether it's a career, whether it's a relationship, whether it is wealth, whatever be the worldly glory that is there, we shouldn't even blink twice before giving them all up for him. That is what Mrs. Hirabai Barodekar did, and she rushed to Swami's lotus feet. She got a chance to perform in the presence of the Paramatma, in the presence of the Kali Yuga avatar, in the presence of her Krishna, her Rama, her Shiva and her Ganesha. After that, Swami called her and said, "We have met before. I saw you as a little girl and you came to me very sick and you are now fine." Swami reminded her of the meeting in 1912 in his previous form as Shirdi Baba, and the first darshan, the first sparshan, the first sambhashan, the first time she saw Swami, the first time she touched Swami, the first time she spoke to Swami was also the first time she got touched by Swami and was spoken to by Swami, and she pledged her heart to Swami. Nishikant sir also narrated another beautiful incident where his grandmother, that is Mrs. Hirabai Barodekar, had to give a concert to a foreign delegation. Lot of VIPs, lot of important people, big shots, all had gathered, and yet again she was called by Swami to come to his presence and perform. Once again, without batting an eyelid, she chose Swami over the government program. This was a very prestigious program that she was giving up, one that was being sponsored by the government, and she would also receive a hefty sum of money by doing that, but she gave all of that up in a trice so that she could be at Swami's lotus feet. And you know what happened? This part when Nishikant sir narrated in the speech, the whole audience burst out in applause. She came to Swami and did her performance. She sang for her Lord. The devotee and the Lord enjoyed each other's company. After that, when she went back, she received her payment with a letter of gratitude from the government of India saying, "What you did that day was so wonderful. Your performance was very well appreciated. We are grateful for your support." Wow. The Lord took the form of the devotee and ensured that the devotee received not just spiritual benefit but also worldly benefit. Iha and para. The Lord takes care of both. When we surrender to Swami, it's not just that our spiritual uplift is taken care of. Everything that the soul, the mind, the body needs will be taken care of. We can live in absolute Sharanagati and surrender. Great joy and great blessing that is. So Nishikant sir narrated these two incidents and everyone was happy. Of course, he also narrated a couple of personal experiences of his with Swami. He is such an accomplished tabla player and he has learnt from the great legend Zakir Hussain, Ustad Zakir Hussain himself, and at the end of his speech, he got the greatest blessing. Swami said, "I'm very happy," patted him on his back, waved his hand and materialized a gold ring with an emerald set in it and put it in his finger. It was a beautiful experience, after which Swami decided to deliver his divine discourse. This was a very unique discourse in the sense that it was being translated from Swami's Telugu to English by our dear Anil Kumar sir. And there was a Mr. Bhagwat who was translating the English into Marathi, because most of the people here, people from the villages, the rural part of Maharashtra, understood only Marathi. So, I can just imagine how at a physical level it is so difficult for Swami, because Swami is just gushing out. It's like the Ganga, like the Ganges flowing out of Swami. But Swami has to hold it back for the English translation, followed by the Marathi translation. And on a couple of occasions, Swami would just start speaking immediately after Anil Kumar sir, because that is how it usually happens, right? Swami speaks, the translator speaks, and again Swami. So Mr. Bhagwat, the Marathi translator, had a very difficult time. Many times he would not get a chance to translate itself and he would have to wait for 3-4 sentences to get over, and then Swami would, like as if he's suddenly remembering, oh yeah, Marathi is also there, go ahead with Marathi. But Mr. Bhagwat did an excellent job. I have a rudimentary understanding of Marathi and he did an excellent job in summarizing everything that Swami did, and in the end Swami blessed him, gave him Namaskar. It was wonderful. Swami began his discourse by stating that in this holy land of Bharat, India, the greatest wealth is the wealth of forbearance and patience. And Swami said, you must have forbearance and patience in everything that you do. This is your greatest wealth, this is your greatest strength. In fact, Swami said, this forbearance and patience is most required when you are in pursuit of the greatest goal of your life, which is God or liberation or enlightenment, the quest of truth as we call it. And for that, we must always speak the truth, Satyam Vada, and follow Dharma, Dharmam Chara. And then Swami went on to dilate on what is the actual absolute truth. And Swami said, that truth is only one.
Somebody asked, I put the question, who are you? I am Atma. Response is, I am Atma.
कोणी तुम्हाला विचारेल तू कोण आहेस एवढं सांगा त्याला मी आत्मा आहे.
Rama, Ram, Krishna, Ram, Venkateswara, Ram, Sai Baba, Ram. Not other names, Rama, Krishna and so on.
Swami said, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Vipra means the wise people. Ekam Sat means there is only one truth. Vipra, the wise people, call it by different names. They call it by different names, by God, Allah, Rama, Krishna, Jesus, consciousness, energy, whatever be the different names you call, the truth is only one. God is also called truth, right? So truth is only one, and this was Swami's emphasis. But because there were a lot of rural folk also there, Swami pitched at different levels in his talk. When Swami speaks, he touches the hearts of everyone assembled there. There were many intellectuals who had assembled, and Swami touched their hearts. There were many simple, rustic, rural folk. Swami touched their heart too, because Swami went into the details of the story of Sakubai's story, and how God was there with her in every time, every moment of her life. It sure would have ignited love and devotion in everyone's heart. Swami concluded by saying that everyone must follow God and keep away from politics. Whether it is external or internal, whether it is outside the organization or even within the organization, keep away from politics. No politics at all. Again, during Swami's discourse, one of the security guards pointed out to me that on Swami's lap, there was a big ant that was walking. And he said, see, there's an ant. What do I do? Swami is delivering his discourse, and there sitting beside him there, not very close, at least 2-3 meters away, but there's an ant, and I was trying to catch the eye of some of the boys who were behind Swami. Nobody was seeing me. I didn't know what to do. And Swami also noticed the ant. But dear brothers and sisters, so calm, so composed. On many occasions I have seen bees fly near Swami's ear. Bees. When a bee comes near our ear, what we'll do? We'll just move like that, right? Swami just sits calm. Bzz, bzz, bzz. He'll be just flying, he'll be just calm. So too, he didn't bother about the ant. The ant walked and enjoyed, I think, divine sparshan for about 5-10 minutes. After that, the ant itself walked out from Swami's body and walked away. This was another little interesting thing that happened during the discourse. After his discourse, Swami called me and said, tell the boys to do bhajans. Tell them to sing bhajans with all energy and gusto. And that is what we did. Swami always likes the bhajans to be full-throated, full-hearted, full body, full involvement, clapping. Many times, we do bhajans as if it's a morning. Swami gives an example. He says, when you see so many pest birds which are pests on the tree, and you want to shoo them away, what do? You do shoo, shoo, and you clap. You clap and you shout. So also when you want to chase away your dirty thoughts, pest thoughts, pesky thoughts, you have to sing the name of the Lord aloud and also clap your hands. So we had an unforgettable bhajan session. We sang a couple of Vithala bhajans, and it was with so much energy and gusto. The whole place reverberated, and it was a beautiful occasion. Even I'm sure that the people seated farthest away could have felt Swami's presence right beside them. And that is what happens when we sing bhajan with all our heart, all our throat, with all energy and clapping. We manifest God there, because hasn't Swami said, O Narada, Mad Bhakta Yatra Gayanti Tatta Tisthami. Wherever my devotees sing about me, I shall install myself there. After the discourse, we all came back to the residence, and there was a dinner session, quick dinner session it was, and Swami had words of praise for the speech of Mr. V. Srinivasan, for Nishikant sir's speech as well. Swami blessed everyone and said, take good rest. It has been a long day, and Swami retired, we too retired. The next day morning, I started it early in the morning, 4:30 itself, woke up. It's amazing, dear brothers and sisters, when you wake up early in the morning, say 4 o'clock, 4:30, the Brahma Muhurtam as Swami calls it. I had done an entire video on this Sattvic time, Rajasic time and Tamasic time. In case you wish to see that, you can see that at this link above. But Swami emphasizes the importance of Sattvic time, the Brahma Muhurtam. The best thing is, at a practical level, the amount of time that is available for us as me time and for us to do the important things in life is so huge early in the morning compared to, say, late in the night. So it's better that we get up early in the morning rather than stay up late at night. So in the morning we woke up and we all huddled together and we planned. We said, see, just one more day and we'll have to leave Hadshi. We need a memorable session with Swami. So we all planned a special session and hoped that we would be able to pull it off. Did we manage to pull it off? I will contain myself because the timer tells that I have overshot my time. We shall take that up in the 6th episode. I hope you're enjoying this virtual travel. I am enjoying it thoroughly. Grateful to Swami for the actual travel as well as this virtual travel. Dear Swami, may the love that all of us have for you in our heart keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.